I know what you're thinking, because right now I'm thinking the same thing. Actually, I've been thinking it ever since I got here. Why, oh why, didn't I take the blue pill?
You, sailor, do you have the courage and fortitude to follow orders and stay true in the face of danger and almost certain death?
We need a sail!
Mostly we figure that means yes.
This is my boomstick!
What's the matter with this thing? What's all that churning and bubbling? You call that a radar screen? No, sir. We call it Mr. Coffee.
My name is Gladiator.
You take the blue pill. The story ends. You wake up in your bed and believe whatever you want to. You take the red pill. You stay in Wonderland. And I show you how deep the rabbit hole goes.
Hey everybody, welcome back to the intersection of faith, family, and filmmaking. You're listening to Fearless with Mark and Amber. Life is confusing, culture is loud, but God's word is clear. Here you'll find hope, truth, and practical encouragement to stand strong in your faith and lead your family with courage. I'm Amber Archer, and joining me is my husband, author, director, speaker, Mark Archer.
Nothing is over! Nothing!
You can learn more about us and our media ministry by visiting fearlessfeatures.org. It's also a great place to make that one-time or monthly donation if you are passionate about reaching the lost for Christ through media. Visit fearlessfeatures.org to share your support today.
Nothing is over! Nothing!
What is that from?
Rambo.
Oh, my word. Okay.
First Blood.
I
It's
should have
Christmas
known.
movie season, and Rambo is a Christmas movie. So
Nothing is over! Nothing!
If that makes you happy, dear.
yes, all the men are applauding,
Okay.
saying yes, thank you. And Die Hard is also a Christmas movie. So yeah, we were having a fascinating discussion. Well, I was telling you about the development of the character of Rambo through all 5 movies.
Guys,
Nothing is over! Nothing!
it felt that way this morning. I'm just kidding. I love your stories, honey. And when you talk to me about Rambo, go ahead.
No,
You should share it with our listening audience.
Nobody cares.
I bet they want to hear about
No, they don't. No, they don't.
Nothing is over! Nothing!
Anyway, so today.
Silence! I kill you!
Right. Are you sure you don't want to say something?
No, it's okay.
Okay.
Mm.
Well, it's Giving Tuesday today.
Mm-hmm.
So, December 2nd.
Mm-hmm. Yes, it's Giving Tuesday.
Anything you want to say about that? We better start over.
No,
Or
we're
at
doing
least-
great. Giving Tuesday is, I don't know where it came from, but it's traditionally now a day of supporting your favorite causes.
Yes,
And
which are important.
Which are important. And
Mhm.
so, well, we don't want to take away from causes and ministries that you may already support. We want to share with you why Fearless Features is important. And I think if you're listening to this podcast, you're part of our support system. You're listening, you're sharing, you're praying with us. And
You're part of this mission and ministry.
Yeah.
I mean, there's no way we could do this by ourselves.
Yeah. This ministry really is like a mustard seed. I mean, it's just this. There are a lot of things happening that we want to tell you about, things that have happened and some things that are happening. And so we want to, on Giving Tuesday, we want to tell you about what your giving has done here at Fearless Features.
Yeah.
So,
Well, and just reviewing this past year,
Yeah.
I think it has been a very challenging year. There great loss. Lost my dad in January.
Yeah.
It was a very sobering reminder of how fleeting life can be, how short our time can be, and really how legacy matters.
Yeah.
If you really stop and think about your life and its purpose in what you're leaving behind.
and how quickly it can happen,
Mhm.
because we knew he wasn't well, but we didn't know that it was imminent.
Right.
Literally was,
A phone call, you need to hurry up and come.
yeah.
I mean, just total shutdown.
Yeah. I was having lunch with a friend, and you called me and said, you need to come. We're on our way to the hospital.
Hmm.
And yeah, it was just that fast. It was a matter of hours.
Hmm.
And so, but in that, of course, and I think I've shared this before, but I knew, but I hadn't really processed that you had told me years before, a couple of years prior, that you had actually led him to the Lord.
Mm-hmm.
And I had just kind of, I don't know why it didn't, stick out in my mind, but then when we were all there together in the hospital and we were out in the lobby and you were sharing with other family, Dad he's going to be with Christ.
Yeah, I think that was, knowing that he was not able to share with everyone
Yeah.
at that point, he was not responding.
Mm-hmm.
And just to gather everyone who was there, my brother, sister, just everybody who was able to be there, the grandkids, and to be able to assure them that Grandpa was just about to meet his maker,
Yeah.
almost ready to embrace Jesus.
Mhm.
And then as we all sat and some stood with him as he took his last breath, and one of the things that everyone in the room saw
Mm-hmm.
was the smile on his face,
Yeah. Yeah.
as if he had just seen Jesus. And
Yeah.
we all, and you talk to people, we've heard many accounts of people who were with their dying loved ones, and some it doesn't go so well.
Oh, yeah.
And others, they all usually say, if your relative, family member, friend knows and loves Jesus, there's usually that
Mm-hmm.
smile on the face
Just a
before
peace.
leaving this earth. Yeah.
Yeah. I remember my grandmother, shared last week about Thanksgiving memories. And so Grandma Archer, I wasn't there, but when she passed, I was told that she was sitting in her apartment. So she had been widowed for many years. My grandfather died, I think, when I was 1. There's a picture of him and my dad holding me when I was a newborn. But he died not long after I was born. So I never knew my grandfather. And neither of my grandfathers. I had a step-grandfather on my mom's side. But when Grandma Archer passed, her second husband said that she was sitting in her chair in the morning, and she just looked up like she was looking at someone, and she kind of sighed and says, "I'm ready."
Mm.
And then she died.
Mm-hmm.
I know what that was.
Yeah.
So,
So
'cause she was a believer. So,
just the peace and comfort
mm-hmm.
of eternity and heaven,
Yeah.
Just the Lord's promises.
Yeah.
What a gift.
Yeah, because I have seen and saved videos of the other side of that.
Yeah.
People dying without Christ, and it's horrifying.
Mm-hmm.
And
So our mission is Jesus.
Yeah.
That's everything. It's all about Jesus.
Yeah.
It's all about Jesus. And so, that happened in January. Also in January, the Trump was sworn in,
mm-hmm.
and his administration quickly took to parental rights.
Yes.
And that was very exciting. It was interesting. He recognized January Littlejohn, who is in our movie Dysphoria. So even, finally culture is catching up to what we've already been saying, and just to have her recognized for what she and her family endured, which you can watch it through our movie Dysphoria, dysphoriamovie.com.
Mm-hmm.
Visit fearlessfeatures.org. So there's a whole segment about that, but
And that was cool for us.
Yeah.
Of course, we didn't. We had no idea. We knew we thought, because January has gotten a lot of opportunities to speak, and so for us to be able to intersect with people like that is always cool. But when we were with her and got to meet her family and spent some time with their family at their home, and So to us, they're just friends. Just people that
Right.
that we've shared their
She's not
journey.
just a headline. We
Yeah.
were already interested in knowing her and her family and sharing her story. And I think that's one of the incredible things that we get to do is meet so many different people and how they're impacted and being able to elevate their voices in a different way for other people to learn from and grow from, and um, people to get involved and engaged in local affairs and elections. And
Yeah. So it was fun to just to be able to watch that
yeah,
and look and go, hey, Jay, we know her.
yeah.
Check her out. Good job, January.
Yeah, so it was also a lot of fun for us in March. You guys helped send us to the TPUSA, Charlie Kirk's Pastor Summit that was happening in Atlanta, Georgia.
Yes.
That was very refreshing and encouraging. Unfortunately, the tragic events of this year also took Charlie Kirk and his voice. So we carry on and continue. It was. I don't know, short of being able to be in a room filled with bold and courageous pastors for so many years now, we have run into a lot of resistance of pastors, not wanting to share our films
Mhm.
with congregations. The things that we are unashamed.
Yeah.
And
And I would clarify, make a point too of saying when we talk about situations like that, it's not about whether or not you show our films.
oh no,
Whether or not you show our films is usually indicative of whether or not you will speak the truth.
absolutely.
And so, show my film, don't show my film. I'm concerned about whether or not you are aiding and abetting the enemy by staying silent,
Mhm.
or if you are bold enough to speak the truth. I don't make judgment calls on church schedules and things like that and tell pastors what they should and shouldn't be preaching on or what their style should be. But if our point is always, you have got to tell people the truth about what is happening, help them understand, put it in context to the world around them. And if you're refusing to acknowledge what's actually happening in the world, you're of no earthly good to anybody.
Well, that's the very point. The church must lead, not
Yeah.
follow culture.
Yeah.
Like that's really the heart of the issue.
Mm-hmm.
And so for us, we come along with resources and tools to gather people to help educate, motivate, and inspire them to get involved in the things, especially the things that are targeting our families and children.
Yeah.
That's the biggest thing. If
And-
you don't know, the enemy is after your children.
And I would point out too, we didn't really get to meet Charlie there. Our connection to Charlie is through Rob McCoy, who was his pastor. And if you watched Charlie's memorial service, Rob McCoy opened it.
Mhm.
Rob McCoy is also in Dysphoria.
Yes.
And so we were invited to that, but we were sitting in the lobby where they had Charlie's set for his podcast set up. And we were sitting there when he came in and walked up on stage to do his podcast. And we sat and we listened to some of his discussion. And interestingly enough, what Charlie was talking about then, and we were just in the early development stages for Principalities. But we were talking about how, the theme of Principalities, really, one of the themes is showing the church, the body of Christ, how spiritual warfare is being manifested in front of your eyes. And I'm not talking about showing you a bunch of videos of ghostly images going by. That's not what this film is about.
No.
Okay. This is about what's really happening in the world, and the real manifestation of it that we've talked about over the past couple of weeks is the Muslim invasion of the world. I mean, that's why we were talking about the Templar Knights and the battles and that, because Islam is, I think, part of the end times. It just really is. And it comes out of, it's a demonic world conquest religion, and they want to kill all the Jews and all the Christians. And so But Charlie Kirk was talking about that.
That was exactly everything,
Yeah.
you know, the Middle East, Islam, and how prevalent
Mm-hmm.
it is becoming here in America.
And he was talking about, and I forget the guest that he had, but they were basically saying, if you're not talking about this, you need to be, because this is where it's coming from. And that was one of the things for me, listening to Charlie talk about it. And I went, yeah,
We better pay attention.
we've been talking about this. And I think this is the Lord's way of saying, you know, that you're on the right track.
Yeah.
So, yeah. So then after that, talk a little bit about Erin Lee.
Yeah, so Erin Lee's case, she's also in Dysphoria. You know, if you guys don't know who we're talking about or haven't or just now tuning in, so each of these cases, January Littlejohn, Erin Lee, they're both in our movie Dysphoria, and their children, both of those two have daughters
Mm-hmm.
who were groomed into the transgender ideology within a very short amount of time. And so Erin Lee, her case actually, Pam Bondi is her legal counsel who took up her case. It went all the way to the Supreme Court. Ultimately, they denied to hear it, which kind of ends her whole case against that school district. Meanwhile, that same school district is totally unhinged, and you
Yeah.
see people or just news articles all the time. But regardless, there was one of the justices who gave a positive review and looked at it and said, you know, finally, this is something that people need to be paying attention to because it is impacting and affecting all of our families.
Yeah. And it's a good example of how it's the outcome, the end outcome, while it may not be what we expected or wanted, the exposure, what is it that we've been called to do? To expose these things, expose their acts of wickedness. That is infinitely more damaging to the cause of wickedness. And so the fact that her case, when you watch Dysphoria and you hear about where this started with these wicked activists purposely targeting their little girl and thinking that they could get away with this in secret. And the fact that it has so unraveled for them that it went all the way to the U.S. Supreme Court.
Well, and I think January still has a case.
Yeah, hers is still pending.
Yeah.
So, and that's part of the reason why January hasn't been able to talk a whole lot, because you just have to be really careful, because when you've got a case pending like that, anything you say can and will be held against you.
Yeah.
And so,
Well, because you're talking about the highest
listen,
court of the law of the
you're
of the
battling the globalist, just the absolute forces of wickedness. So remember to keep both of them in your prayers, and Erin is also in Principalities, and so you will hear from her again. And we've talked a few times with her on the podcast and how she has changed, how this has changed her, I think, for the better.
Yeah.
So, what else we want to talk about here?
Well, I mean, and just going back through just the other day, well, I would say last week, or maybe it was a week and a half ago, it doesn't matter. We just got a text message. One of our ministry partners who is putting together research and things decided to, send us a text and let us know that the Mind Polluters was included with a whole document resource file packet that was going to President Trump. And so, you get these text messages and you're like, wow, that's pretty awesome, but it just, again, it goes to show you one body, many parts. We can't do everything.
Yeah. We
We each have a job to do. And that's really, we're just being obedient to the Lord, just following wherever he leads. And that's, we're doing our part, they're doing theirs. And here on Giving Tuesday, if you'd like to help support us in this mission, you can do yours.
Yeah.
Pray, give, share.
And I would add too that it underscores, I know I harp on this all the time, but the importance of hard copies of things.
Oh, absolutely.
I'm all for digital and streaming, but hard copies of films on DVD is still, it's something tangible you can hand them, even if they never open it. If they go and they look for it, The Mind Polluters is on Amazon.
Mm-hmm.
That's still stunning, Inwood Drive and The Mind Polluters are both on Prime Video. Now you have to rent them,
Mm-hmm.
but still. So that's quite an accomplishment.
Well, and we saw even through our website before we were even able to get onto a larger streaming platform, just being able to look and see. So the Mind Polluters has the English version and the Spanish version.
Mm-hmm.
We watched the Spanish version go to 145 plus countries. I
Yeah.
mean, it was just incredible. It was really something what began as a small film, turns into this global warning for parents. And all of you watching and listening, you've helped make that possible. So it's exciting to see, how little things make big impact.
And so I would point out, you can, if you go on Prime Video,
Mhm.
you can watch it in Spanish with a Spanish dub. It's a separate audio track.
Yeah.
So that's the only difference, right? I mean, the full Spanish version of the film, the only thing that's any different is the open title is in Spanish.
Yeah.
But you can watch it with full Spanish dub on Amazon. So if you have someone that you want to share it with, there it is. There's no excuse, because we don't have hard copies of the Spanish version.
Oh, not yet.
We didn't know if anybody would want them, but like you said, not yet. But we probably will. And so I would add to that. Then, should we give a teaser about the streaming?
Yeah, you can.
Okay, so without getting into specifics, because we want to wait until everything is fully complete and put together. But we have a streaming partner, a large streaming partner, that we have been talking to for a while. And they have indicated that they want to eventually have all of our films on their platform. And so it'll start with Inwood and the Mind Polluters. And when we have it all said and done, then we will let you know specifically, and we'll blast it out.
Yeah.
And you'll be excited. You will be excited to know who it is.
Oh, yeah.
I don't want to say yet, because we always wait until everything is signed, sealed, and delivered. But also, they have indicated that they also want Dysphoria and Title IX, and so those
And any upcoming
and
films.
future titles too. So we're very excited.
This is an incredible ministry opportunity, a door that the Lord has opened, and it is just being able to connect and partner with other ministries, continue and share the cause of Christ. It's really exciting.
Yeah, and I would point out too, the why it's exciting for us is there's the film and video industry is obviously very large and complex, and so it's one thing to be able to produce the content. It's another thing entirely to be able to reach a broad market with the content. And with streaming, on the one hand, anybody can stream. On the other hand, for our ministry, part of our model for funding our ministry is being able to monetize to some extent the titles. And that helps, to fund more titles. And so we get a lot of people that I know they're trying to be helpful, but they'll say, well, why don't you just put it on YouTube?
Right.
I appreciate that. I could, but that does not help. What that does is you're putting it out for free. Well, you can monetize. Well, it's not when it's ad supported like that, and there are all kinds of hoops you have to jump through to get it to that point. But you're basically giving it away, because when it's ad supported, you're usually only making a couple cents every time it's streamed. And so that doesn't really help. So we're just trying to be good stewards of the resources that you have invested, and trying to make sure that they can, also generate some revenue to help, continue funding. So,
And the podcast is sort of that free supplement for people.
yeah, we
Through
don't,
this, we share the research and everything that we're working on, just to keep people informed, even if they're not sitting down and watching the movie entirely.
yeah,
You can still find all of the information that we've been doing and research,
Yeah.
especially through the podcast.
yeah, because we consciously don't take ads.
Hmm
The only thing we advertise is what we're doing. We could probably grow the podcast a lot if we took ads, but it's just not why we started it. Really, it was
Yeah.
for us just to talk to you. So, so then Compromised
Mhm.
is out, and there are more hard copies now. So,
Right. So there's a new book this year, started a new film.
so Compromised. If you want to know how Fearless Features came to be,
Hmm
well, then it starts with my story, which turns into our story.
hmm
And so it's an autobiography, my autobiography, talking about my life from a very young age in the film and television industry, and walking away from the Lord, and just a lot of colossal errors that I made that made me into the man I am. And then at a point in that journey, meeting you,
Mhm.
and how we together have, together we have produced more content than I ever did by myself. I shot a lot of stuff in the years, but actually
Yeah.
producing movies, you and I together have done more than, yeah.
Lucky me. I'm not sure.
Because before that, I mean, the quote unquote big exciting projects that I did when I was younger, but they weren't as impactful as what we're doing
Yeah.
now.
Well, I think it was your story, our story, and ultimately it's the Lord's story.
Yeah.
And that's what's fun about it. And
Mhm.
just to continue to watch it grow and go to reach other people. It's exciting. I'm excited for 2026
Mhm.
as we look forward, and just the speaking events, at the Ark, the Anchored, the Answers for Women 2026, Anchored, Pursuing Biblical Sexuality in a Turbulent World. That's April 6th through the 8th, or April 9th through the 11th. Those conferences sell out.
Yeah.
So, just to put it into perspective for people, I am so excited and can't wait. We're talking about 5,000 people
hmm
that you get to get in front of and speak and share the truth, share Jesus and the hope that we have. I it's so incredible and so I don't even know sometimes how to even verbalize it, because it's so exciting. It's
Yeah.
exciting to serve the Lord.
Yeah. And then after that, in the first weekend of May, we're in Green Bay, Wisconsin.
Hmm Worldview Matters.
Worldview
Conference.
Matters Conference
Mhm.
with David Fiorazzo, we've been on his show. He's been on our show.
Redeeming the time.
Mm-hmm. And so, and I think there will be some more speaking engagements next year. And of course, we're in production right now on Principalities,
Hmm
which we started, and we have collected several interviews. We've got another one to collect here before the end of the year, and then
Three more.
probably three more after the
Mhm.
first of the year, two definitely, and one more pending. And then we'll be into the next phase, which is editorial, and then there's some other stuff we have to shoot that's not interviews. So Principalities is it's in the family of these films, but it's its own thing.
hmm
And so we're excited about it.
And I know I say this every time, and I think we talked about this earlier, especially, just off air. Each one that we do, I always look at it and think, wow, that's so much better than the last one.
Mm-hmm.
And even just what we've done so far on Principalities,
Mm-hmm.
and I just cannot wait to see the finished product, because already just sitting down and talking to these people, knowing where we're going through the storyline for the most part,
Yeah.
and the people who we still have yet to interview, it is
And seeing how it all ties together.
this is going to be one of the most impactful films we have ever done.
I think so too.
Hmm.
And I'm not just saying that to, toot toot.
Oh no, I didn't. No, I didn't say it by in that means by any regard. I
Yes.
just the information to help people understand, to inoculate the next generation
Yeah.
to what's coming.
Yeah. The time for casual Christianity is over.
Hmm.
It has been. There never was a time for casual Christianity, but we live in such a protected state here in America, and I'm grateful for it. I'm grateful for the peace and the prosperity that we have been born into, many of us, and have lived with. But the truth is that it makes you soft.
Hmm.
And we've seen this, you've heard us talk about it many times, that the casual Christianity, it makes men soft. It makes them not want to pay attention. It's
Listen, we were just talking about this, about the Crusades and
Mhm.
why the Crusades happened. I mean, Christians for over 300 years allowed themselves to be run out.
yeah. It's because, and what we've talked about, and you'll hear us talk more about, is the rise of Islam.
Hmm.
It is not something that's just over there. It's everywhere now. And we were just talking about it last week. It's not just New York. It's not just Minnesota. I mean, there are whole cities now that are being taken over.
Hmm.
And no, and to just answer the question that I've seen people asking, no, they do not worship the same God that we do.
Mm.
Allah is a demon. It's not just because they claim Abraham. No, that's not. Allah is a demon. The Jews and the Christians both worship Jehovah, but the Jews have rejected Christ, so they're not. They're under the Lord's curse. So yes, the Christians, those that are in Christ, they are the ones that are standing in the way of this. And so we just desperately want people to be aware of that and wake up to it and be on alert. This is how I should say it. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah. Anything else then? Did you want to
No.
talk about our health journey?
If you want to, well, and that's the thing. Like, there have just been big changes this year. So at the beginning of the year, I mean, we started a health journey in May.
So disclaimer, we're not trying to sell you anything.
No. I'm just
Because people have obviously noticed.
yeah, well, and that, and people sit and you make these New Year's resolutions, and no, it was a very deliberate. We just said enough is enough.
And it was not a New Year's resolution.
It was not a New Year's resolution, but it was one of those things where we can't continue to pour everything into this ministry on empty.
Yeah.
We were both running on fumes, and we realized our health was a big part of that.
Yeah.
And so it was a conscious decision to get with a trainer. And we meet with a trainer once a week, and the rest, it's all up to us. And just in sort of the Lord's timing and His will, puts us with a trainer who, his full-time job is actually a pastor. He just moonlights as a personal trainer, and so it's been a really remarkable, fun journey. I mean, together we have lost over 100 pounds. And
combined,
yeah.
So I'll dispel a couple of myths. Number one, because somebody already accused me of taking Ozempic.
Oh no.
Yes. I know she didn't say it, but she asked, are you? No, I'm not. This is 100% hard work. Okay.
Yeah. Discipline, changing
This is
habits,
discipline.
changing routines.
And it's not a diet.
No.
Okay. This is what it is. It's number one, an accountability partner, each other. And then we got a trainer. We changed our lifestyle.
Yeah.
We eat different. We exercise regularly. It's a combination of diet and exercise and just hard work. I mean, you just have to motivation gets you started, but discipline is what keeps you going when it's hard. And there are times that, and anybody who has lost significant amounts of weight or has taken a health journey like this will testify, there is no simple way to do this. You have to put in the work.
What was that? Didn't you share? There was how communism doesn't work at the gym.
Oh yeah.
We'll have to find that.
Socialism doesn't work at the gym.
Socialism, yeah.
Because I can't redistribute my abs.
Right.
I can't. I can't. You can't grade people's reps on a bell curve.
Yeah.
You're
either doing it or you're not.
You're either doing it or you're not. And I will tell you, as a man, so men, let me speak to you, man to man. I have worked out. I've weight trained my whole life since I was about 14.
This is true.
The reason I didn't get with a trainer is because I thought I don't need a trainer. I know how to lift. I've been strong for a long time. But what I was missing, I was lifting all the time, but I was getting bigger and bigger and bigger, and I was not healthy. And that's evidenced by, now having someone to say, okay, yeah, you're good at that, but, let me show you another way here, and let's get the diet under control.
Yeah, the nutritional factor.
There's a lot of people, a lot of guys that I know that I see that they have a lot of muscle mass, but you can't see it. It's not because you just have a lot of muscle mass. It's because it's covered with fat. And so if you get rid of the fat, that muscle mass starts to show up. And there's a lot of
And then it gets exciting.
And then it gets fun, yeah. So I'm down about 80 pounds so far. I've got more to go.
Yeah.
But I didn't realize, and I honestly, if you would have asked me at the beginning, and I would have said, I don't think it's possible for me to be that size again. And I was wrong. But it is work. And it's worth it. And it's worth it, absolutely. Because what you learn along the way translates into everything else. So it has made our marriage stronger. It's made our family stronger. It's made our ministry stronger.
Renewal of strength.
Yeah.
New habits. Just understanding that our bodies are the temple, and just tying that in spiritually and being able to move forward and not only that, just pass it on to the next generation. Our kids are excited to learn about nutrition and what works and what doesn't.
How many dress sizes are you down to?
Well, I was wearing a size 12. I'm down to a size 2. Yeah.
I was in 38 jeans, and I'm wearing 32s. I could wear 30s. Yeah. And when I'm done, probably 28s.
It's pretty incredible.
So.
Yeah.
But anyway, it's just, I think the other thing I would add is it also makes you more compassionate. But, but it also makes you, it clarifies, because when you're putting in the work and then you see, you don't have any tolerance for the whining and the excuses, right? Because you know them all because you've used them all.
Yeah.
And at some point you just get to a point and you go, enough excuses, right? Because when you start seeing the results and you realize the way that you got there was by not putting up with the excuses out of your own mouth. But it also makes you compassionate for people who are, you don't know what stage in their journey they're on. And so I see a lot of other men at the gym and I look at them, I think, I was you. And I hope that, I wish that I could help all of them. I can't, but
but just to be an encouragement where you can, whenever you can, if you see somebody and you're like, keep going.
Yeah, you absolutely can do this. Listen, if I can do it, you can too. I thought that this was not I thought it was just the way my body was.
Mm-hmm.
As the funny meme that I saw that I posted on my stories one time, it said, "Must be nice." And underneath it says, "Actually, it was brutal. You just weren't there for it."
Yeah. Yeah.
So anyway.
Yeah.
So we have one more episode yet this year. We're going to do our Christmas special. So join us next week for our Christmas special. And then we're going to take some time off and come back after the first of the year. So anyway, anything else?
Well, other than it's Giving Tuesday.
Yes.
So if our ministry has helped you in any way, if the films if you've watched them and they've helped you with language and research, please consider giving to Fearless Features on this Giving Tuesday. We could really use your help and support to keep going. And that's, you guys fuel this mission and we go.
Yeah.
And so thank you to those of you who do share, support, and pray for this ministry. We couldn't do this without you. We appreciate you and love you all.
Contrary to popular opinion by the left, we do not have dark money sources.
Somebody show me where.
Managed to get it
somebody
done.
show me where.
Anyway,
All right.
see you
Anyway,
next week.
that's all the time we have for today, friends. Thanks for listening through to the end, and be sure to click that subscribe button so you never miss an episode, and share this with your family and friends. Until next time, march on, saints, and be filled with the Spirit.
Silence! I kill you!
Hey, what happened?
Nothing is